Well, hello once again. Yes, this is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual and as always from HASLINGDEN, some 30 miles or 50 kilometres due north of Manchester in the UK, on Sunday the 11th of November 2011. On Friday morning, Mr. Cameron vetoed the potential agreement between the 27 members of the EU in order to sustain the euro and keep the eurozone and the EU intact. And we were alone in that. Now, you may not be aware, but Mr. Cameron believes that 1940 was our finest hour. That, of course, refers to the time during World War II, when people say, and it's not quite true, people say that we stood alone against Adolf Hitler. Well, we weren't quite alone, because Australia and New Zealand and India were already on our side, so we were not totally alone, as is indicated. However, there is great truth in the record that we fought incredibly well and stood up against seemingly impossible odds. Now, I don't know if, having arrived in Downing Street feeling that 1940 was our finest hour when we stood alone against Hitler, whether that has affected his mentality and he now feels that we can stand alone against the rest of Europe. I don't know. I don't think so. But you never know, do you? You're never quite sure what it is that persuades people to do the things they do. Why did Mrs. Thatcher cling to her dream of the poll tax, which was so blatantly unfair, yet she alone could not see that, and she was thrown out ignominiously from her position as Prime Minister, walking out of Downing Street in tears? Well, I hope the same will not happen to Mr. Cameron, because already his partner in the coalition, Mr. MR.CLEGG, has said that he's not happy at all with what Mr. Cameron did early on Friday morning in Brussels. And I read today that some important members of the business community are rather alarmed by what he's done. Because if you imagine a big multinational company considering wanting to open up in the biggest market in the world, which is the EU, which is Europe, is it likely that they will think, well, let's go to Britain, which is now alone, rather than go to Germany or to France, which is in the thick of it and which is part of the single market and, as it happens, part of the euro. I'm one of those who believes we should have been in the euro from the beginning, because with our financial expertise we may have avoided the present local difficulties, because we are good at finance. Well, we say we are, and yet look what happened in 2007-8, when the Royal Bank of Scotland went belly up and had to be rescued ignominiously. Now, they got too big for their boots, and I understand that Robert Preston rang their office, their headquarters, and said, I understand your CEO has a private jet, is that true? And they said, no, it is not true. He said, well, it is true, and either you admit it, or the details of the plane, including its registration number, will be on the 6 o'clock news tonight, or words to that effect. And they admitted that he'd got a private jet. And it seems to me that it's the people in the City of London who are fanning the flames, together with their Eurosceptic 50 or 60 Conservative MPs, who are the Little Englanders, along with Mr. Farage, who runs United Kingdom Independence Party. Well, enough said. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you to think about things. Because when big business thinks that something has gone amiss, then we may have problems in the economic sphere. So it isn't true, Mr. Cameron, that 1940 was our finest hour, because we should never have got ourselves into that predicament in the first place. The Conservatives were the ones who appeased Hitler and allowed him to get where he wanted to go. If we'd stopped him in 1933, the British Navy and the French Army between them could have stopped him, we would not necessarily have had the Second World War. Well, there's something deep to reflect upon. I don't think we did the right thing on Friday morning, because we still keep acting like somebody who's joined a golf club, determined to get the benefits of playing golf, but insisting on playing with a different size ball to everybody else. We've done it from day one. We won't join Schengen, and we won't have the euro. The next thing we'll be finding something else that we don't want to do. Well, we'll wait and see. God bless, while it's still legal here in the UK to say God bless. Take care and bye for now.